himself his first win?
First person, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It was exciting. It was electrifying. We definitely recognized, this is his first win. It was super important to us. We kind of had it planned the whole day yesterday. So it was definitely exciting, for us to come out for 4 quarters and pretty much play a good game. We got sloppy in the fourth, but we executed well, and it was good to be able to get him a nice first win here.
Trez, Wes called this a defensive win for you guys. Then you're able to weather the storm really well. Do you kind of agree that was the validation of the defense in your point of view?
I would definitely agree with it, just because we was tied in together. We made the rotations, we covered for each other, even when we broke down and, guys got open or, created a mismatch, we covered for each other. And, that's what it's about. We're going to have to do that all year. We're going to have to make extra rotation. We had to make extra effort plays. And I think we did that tonight to a high level, and it came out with a big win for us.
Brad, you had a nice moment. You had the nice gap pass to Trez. He was able to make the jump. I think you bagged him afterwards saying thank you. We've talked about how you might not have to exert max energy night in and night out tonight. Was that a good sign of things to come tonight? How did you kind of view that ball movement?
100%. Like, I felt super energetic, like at all times, and especially in the fourth. Granted, we were sloppy, but I know I can get better shots and I can get good looks, and I just felt good, So it definitely feels great to be able to have guys who can put the ball on the floor, shoot the ball. I don't have to make every single play.
I didn't think he took no bad shots tonight.
I never think about
it.
I love the fact that I have guys who can really create, and I don't have to do a lot of that leg work. I can focus on the defensive end, focus on rebounding, focus on creating shots for other guys, versus just myself. So it's great. It is definitely great, but it's one game. We got to continue to build on.
And what did you think of the second unit? You guys had some good combinations. I think it was even who's playing with the rest of the second unit guys at some point. Neto was in there at some point. You guys were able to kind of keep moving and stay continuous.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to figure out our rotations. Coaches, obviously we have a very competitive and deep group. So I will hate to have his job for one. It's very tough to figure out who will play, how many minutes they'll play, because everybody's deserving of it. Everybody goes hard in practice. Everybody's proven that, they deserve minutes. So he's just exploring options, exploring different lineups, and they've been successful. Sometimes we're small, sometimes we're a little bit bigger. Sometimes I run a point, sometimes I'm off the ball. So it's been really good, and he mixes it up and keeps defenses on their toes.
Last one for me. Was your check for John Drake, or were you talking to someone else?
Nah, let's go and clear that right now. Hey, look, I need my money back first, NBA. I definitely need my money back because that definitely shouldn't have been no tech. If so, you got to give it to me and the coach. Okay. Me and Drake was laughing. There was no problems there. Me and Drake cool, even talked after the game. It was a cool conversation, but it turned left when the coach started chiming in behind the bench, thinking that barking is something that's gonna shake me. Yeah, sound good. Yeah. I don't need all Toronto on my bumper now. Don't start DMing me. Get out my Instagram now. Like, me and Drake cool, y'all.
We're trying to get out tonight.
You feel me?
You hold that border up on your ass.
Brad, on top of getting the win for yourselves and winning for West, what does it mean to come in here and spoil this Toronto homecoming that was such an emotional night for this team?
You know, funny, you were saying that at the beginning of the game, when they had a bunch of, I guess, they kind of had like a little concert.
They had a concert going on,
That's what he said. He said they had a concert. He said, so make sure we're locked in, ready to go from the beginning because, we're here to play basketball. We're not here to put extra. So that was a great message from him for sure to the rest of the group because we were locked in, and it's tough because you get stiff. You kind of lose your focus for a minute, but he did an awesome job of rallying us together at the right time, right before we went out on the floor, and we took off from there.
Bradley, this is the first time crossing the border, coming in and dealing with the modified quarantine in Toronto. Did that change any of your preparation? Like, how did it compare to previous trips you've made to the city?
You know what? It didn't, because I don't do nothing anyway. I sit in my room on the road anyway, so it was fine. And it was just like last year. So, I mean, I'm just not allowed to leave my room. I have to quarantine, wear my mask. Don't share an elevator with people. Don't let anybody in my room. So it's the same thing we had last year and in the bubble. So it's cool. Hey, man. Hey. No, we good.
Chase.
Oh, no.
You know they gotta go to that
I'll
morning.
be forgetting.
Hey, Brad, I know you're a big fan of Daniel Gafford and his game. So what did you think when you saw that the Wizards extended him?
Every time I see Gav, that's all I do. I just clap for him because I'm happy for him. I'm a firm believer in rewarding guys who work their tails off and who help contribute. You know, he's a very special talent. You know, to see the deal he's on now and then what he just got in his extension is, you know, that's life changing. You know, you could be nothing but happy for him and his family. You know, but it's a chip off his shoulder. Now he can go out and hoop. You know, and I think that's what I love the most about him. He's just going to constantly get better. The game is slowing down for him. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he can focus on hoops. He don't have to worry about the contract. He got every single penny he deserved. So now we just got to continue to move forward, get better.
And Trez, you talked about how you were looking forward to this season and maybe getting back to the player you've been previously in your career. What did it feel like out there tonight? Did you feel like you were back to the guy that you know you can be?
I mean, really, I was just doing all the little things, just playing my game, and letting it come to me, man. I tell people all the time, man, I'm blessed to be able to play this game, be able to call it my job, man. And I don't take that for granted. As far as my previous years, man, those are in the past. It is what it is, man. But you know, yeah, I'm you know, I'm at the point where I'm cool with the game and how it took place tonight, but it's only one game. You know, we got to get ready to go home, prepare and get ready for another team on Friday, go with our game plan and get ready to get another win. But at the end of the day, man, I'm going to do my job to help you remember who I am. Simple as that, man. Ain't no need for me to continue to keep talking, saying this over and over and over again, man. I do my work just like this man next to me, man. What's done on them 4 lines. You could talk yourself all day long, man. It ain't gonna mean nothing until you get into them 4 lines.
DA?
Brad, since Trez is tired of talking about himself, maybe you could a little bit. Just what do you think he and Gaff provide together as a 1-2 punch at that 5 spot?
I think versatility on both ends, and I think that's what helps us. They're both 2 bigs who, if we ask them to be up on pick and roll coverages to guard guards, they do it. If we ask them to be dropped back, they do it. So I just think they have a huge IQ, and they're pretty much the quarterbacks out there. You know, they control our defense. They control a lot of the things that happen and coverage-wise. So when they talk, we listen. And on the other end of the floor, they're so good athletically at, you know, meeting guys at the rim, finishing at the rim, that it opens our floor up for opportunities to drive, kick, find open shots, threes. But you can constantly see the growth between, you know, Gaff and Trez, you know, whether it's DHO work, throwing the ball in the close, you know, little mini ISO off the block. They put in the work, you know, so we reward guys like that. And I'm a big fan of that. You always reward bigs, man. They work their asses off in the game. So you got to throw them a bone or 2 every now and then and keep them happy. But we got 2 dogs who we want to keep going and keep feeding.
Last question, Neil.
Hey, Brad, you know, as Trez said, you know, it's just 1 out of 82, but this is the 3rd time I think in your career that you guys have won an opener. Wizards, you know, gotten off to some slow start.
The first dog?
Yeah, I ain't been 1-0 in a long time.
I'm glad you're part of that, bro.
Oh, man, I appreciate
I ain't know that. Yeah.
And we ain't went up here in a long time either. So
That's like 2-1 in your book anyway.
Two special things today. It's definitely crazy that stat, Neil, but it definitely feels good to be on the other side of it. Because now it's just momentum into the year. You know, it's a good feeling into the rest of the game. You know, we have Indiana Friday. They're a tough team, but we have good juice and good energy to go off of, you know, from this game. Versus in the past, you know, you lose, you kind of get rattled, kind of assume the worst and try to figure out, okay, what's wrong? And it's probably nothing wrong. You kind of just, your mind wanders too much, you know? So now we're in a position where, yeah, we know we won the way we know we could defensively, but we still have a lot to get better at. And I think we have the right mindset coming into the night and after the game, moving into Friday.
And I know, you know, you're one of your harshest critics. I'm curious how those opportunities from 3 felt for you. You know, not your greatest shooting night. Did you feel like they were good looks and they just didn't happen to fall tonight?
Hey, Neil, you've watched me play how many times, Neil?
Hey, man, ball game, we
Hey,
won.
Neil, you watching for every time.
We won. My boy got a dub. That's all it's about. I told
Yeah,
you, he
man.
ain't shoot no bad shots. We don't care about the shots that he takes, man. We're going to ride with him. We're going to roll with him. Simple as that, man. So I didn't think he had a bad night because at the end of the day, it ended with a dub. We'll see y'all in DC, man.
Appreciate it, Trez. Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Trez. Appreciate your time.